Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, no, I'm not dead. I'm here. Yeah, I got somebody commented about where you at? Yeah, wasn't feeling too well last week. No, I don't have old corona. I'm good to go. But yeah, that combined with my normal daddy and husbandly duties, time was kind of tight. Anyway, but we're back. Thank you all. I appreciate it for tuning in. All my subscribers, thank you guys so much. It's really cool that people tune in to watch a big old idiot like me talk, okay? But I appreciate it. Wanted to talk today about prepping, of course. But that when you're doing your prepping, don't do it fearfully. And it's like, what are you talking about? Okay. Those people at the stores, you know, fighting over toilet paper and all that, that is fear driving that, okay? That is fear motivating that. If you are preparedness minded, okay, if you are a prepper, we're looking ahead. We're stockpiling things for just in case, right? So we can do that in a controlled atmosphere. You guys that have watched my other videos know that I'm all about plans and controlling your emotions, okay? Yeah, I got some brushback on one of the videos one time, but oh well. Yeah, you don't want to be stockpiling out of fear. That's going to create tunnel vision in your preps to where, oh, I got to get as many bullets as I can, or I got to get as many beans as I can, or I got to get as many Band-Aids. Have a plan. Think about what your family needs, your group, whatever it is, and know what you have on hand and take it from there. People, unfortunately, have a tendency of waiting. Not us, because we're smart, right? I meant like other people, you know, like the normal folks. They wait until the poo's just about to hit or has hit, and that's when they run to the store and start buying up everything they can, right? Yeah, you can't get what you need with that. And I don't want you guys doing that. You can kind of do that. I know, bad habit. Apologize. Even now, okay, or in quote-unquote normal times, fear can be a driver for what you're getting as far as your preps. And you don't want that, because you're just going to end up getting a whole bunch of one thing, and eventually it's not going to do you any good. For prepping, and I've made video about this, you got to balance your preps, okay? The guy out there, he's real into firearms, dude, and he's got every AR and configuration and ammo, blah, 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 but he's got like 3 cans of beans on the shelf. Ain't gonna do you no good. Or the person that's really into the food, but you know, they're, well, you know, guns are bad, you know, guns kill people. Yeah, all that food's not going to do them any good if they can't protect themselves. And also with the people that, you know, they got the guns, they got the, you know, they got the beans and they got the bullets, but they don't have any medical care. A simple cut that they cannot take care of can get infected, lead to sepsis, anyway, blood poisoning. All of my doctors and nurses out there will correct me on that. And all of a sudden you're in bad shape from a simple little cut. So you have to balance everything, and even those are like the 3 big categories, you know. And of course those categories get broken down into subcategories. Yeah, not out of fear. Out of fear, and that's when you're just going to be like, I got to have as much of this. Do a nice balanced prep. And watch when sales are, what's in high demand, what time of year, things like that. Okay. Right now we're fall, heavy fall, which is beautiful, by the way. I love it. So the stores are starting to put the winter coats out on the racks. Okay. But let's say something happened back in June when the only thing on the racks are t-shirts and bikinis, and it hits you that you don't have any winter wear. Yeah, you're kind of SOL. Okay. So that's where I'm talking about. It depends on your season. If you can find things on sale, take advantage of it. If you follow the channel, you know that we here just a couple weeks ago we finally found a freezer. They were back. So also, you looking for a freezer, you can find them in stores now. So if you need one, get one right now. But since then, we didn't go to the store and drop $300 on meats and stuff like that. But just whenever we go to the store, we look to see what's on sale that week, and we pick up a couple extra packages of that. Because of that, our freezer, she's not full, but it's got quite a bit of food in it. If something were to happen, even if it's something job loss, like I said, the SHTF doesn't have to be EMP, the terrorist, or invade and blah blah blah. It can be simple job loss, and unfortunately a lot of people this year, because of the old COVID and the government shutting crap down, can attest to that. But yeah, we've got quite a few meals in the freezer. Now, power goes out, we can run the Jenny for a couple days, but we're going to be canning a whole bunch of stuff. You guys know that I'm into the canning pretty good. But yeah, take advantage of what there is. Like right now, okay, ammo's hard to come by, always is. Every election cycle, and especially this year with old Corona, everybody's out buying as much ammo as they can. I was even trying to find some 30-30 the other day, because I was thinking, you know, it's like this year I'd like to try the old 30-30 come deer season. I'd like to bust it out and see what I can do. I can't even find any 30-30 ammo. Yeah, it's like I knew all the 9mm, all that was going to be hard to come by. But anyway, yeah, now is not the time to be buying ammo. Because even when you can find 9mm, okay, your basic full metal jacket to go out and plink at the range, I've limited myself. I don't pay more than $10 a box. Now that's in my neck of the woods. I don't know how much prices vary in ammo throughout the country, so I apologize if it's different where you're at. But when it gets down to that, on sale for $8.99 a box, yeah, I go ahead and buy 5-6 boxes. Okay, right now is not the time to buy ammo, because those $10 boxes right now are running $12-13 if you can find them, and typically they're limited to 1 to 2 boxes per visit per customer, blah blah blah. We talked about the lumber. Lumber's in short supply. Right now, as of now, food is still acceptably priced. So we find sales, we get a little bit of it. Right now is a good time to hit up, sorry, we got the old cross-country team out here practicing. Goodwill, stuff like that. Looking for the winter stuff. If you wait too much longer, it's not going to be there. And I don't care if it's ugly or not. I'm not talking about winter stuff for you to wear out to supper or to send the kids to school in. I'm talking about stuff to keep you alive if you need to. Most of the winter coats that you'll find in any of the stores, they're made to get you from your car to your house, or from your car to a building or something like that. They are not intended for long-term being outside for a long time. Okay. if you are looking for that, hunting clothes are pretty good. They are made to be out in the cold all day long, in the rain, in the sleet, in the snow, whatever. So if you get you a good waterproof hunting parka, it's going to do a halfway decent job. Now, yes, it does depend on the maker, the manufacturer. Is it a jacket or a coat, and blah blah blah. You have to watch that stuff. But yeah, the nice stylish, I'll say it, stylish winter wear that we see in the mall or Target or wherever it is, that's not really intended for that. It's intended for you to wear before you leave the house, and you go out and you get in your heated car and you drive your heated car to the heated store and you walk in the heated store. Okay, so be mindful of that stuff. Hunting clothes are really good for that. Military surplus, really good for that. Look at stuff that is made to be worn outside for long periods of time. And a lot of times you can find that stuff at your thrift stores, Goodwills, whatever it is in your area. But you got to kind of keep eyeball on it. You got to keep watching for it. Okay, because typically by the time it hits the shelf, somebody snags it up. But yeah, as of right now, as far as me, I'm not freaking out trying to buy whatever. I've got ammo, I've got this, I've got that. We've got the stuff, but we're always adding to our preps, right? So since we're always adding to our preps, see what's affordable right now. I've mentioned before on another video, summertime stuff right now, the stores that still have the summertime stuff. Right now is a real good time to buy your bug spray and all that stuff. Because if something happens between now and next year and, you know, the poo has hit the fan, skeeters are still skeeters, ticks are still ticks. You know, you're going to be fighting those things. And especially with ticks can carry some nasty stuff. So yeah, right now you should be looking for those deals, those clearance items on that summer stuff. You can find a lot of times camping goods this time of year, because people typically camp in the summertime, right? So you'll find tents, sleeping bags, all the outdoor gear reduced in price. Now, you're not going to get it for free, but it's like a couple years back I found a tent that was normally $120. They had it discounted for like $40. I'm like, all right, we'll yank it. So you can find that stuff now, but be aware of the season you're in, what is in demand, and don't kill yourself trying to get that stuff that you see everybody else getting. You don't need to hassle, you don't need to fight. I mean, if you have no ammo, okay, yeah, you got to get some ammo. You got to do what you got to do, right? This is more about is you know, you're not to that advanced stage, but you're in, you know, you're not a novice anymore, but you know, you've got some stuff and now you're just looking to build on what you have. That's really what this is about. Yeah, if you have zero ammo, you got to get ammo. I mean, we know these things. If you have no food stockpiled up, it doesn't matter if food's hard to come by or not, you got to get food, right? So be watching for that. Trees are so pretty. Can't wait for all the leaves to fall off. But anyway, that's what you got to watch for. Now I'm literally just brushing the surface with this stuff, so anything that you guys can think about, please add down in the comments for everybody. But yeah, the biggest thing is don't prep out of fear. If you see that there's a run on blah, don't be, oh, we got to go get it. Now, if you don't have any, like I said, I get that. But if you've got some, don't waste your time and money just for fear that it's not going to be there. Okay, that's why we prep constantly. We don't wait for for it to start getting bad, and then we start turning up our prepping. Unfortunately, a lot of us do that. And I'm guilty of it just like everybody else. You know, you go through those periods, couple weeks or month or something like that, you're just enjoying life, and you're not really thinking about getting all that stuff. But if you can kind of constantly keep in the back of your mind what your preps look like, what your stockpile's like, where you need a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that, and keep an eye on that and look for those sales. That way you're not stressing out when something does happen. You're like, man, I never got what I needed. Take the time, and now's the time, guys. Okay, as far as food and all that stuff, everybody's freaked out over the election. I'm not really paying it too big a mind. Why, G? Why are you not paying it? Okay. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. Yeah, I got, there's a guy that I'd like to see get in, you know, more than the other guy. But at the end of the day, God controls the hearts of kings, and he can guide them whichever way he wants to go, right? I'm Christian. And yeah, God uses whoever's in power to do God's will. Now, that's not saying that, oh yeah, every president we've ever had is awesome. No, I'm not saying that. Okay. And this is a little bit of that peace that I talked about in one of the other videos that you get from accepting Jesus as your Savior, is that you know that no matter what happens, it's God's plan, and God's plan is perfect. So, best not to stress about it. You know, don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. You know, God gave us a brain. You know, stockpile your stuff while you can. But at the end of the day, to worry yourself to death over stuff, that's not going to do anybody any good. So plan, check your inventory regularly, make sure you have what you need. Plan for different contingencies. You guys know I'm all about plan. And make sure you have contingencies on top of contingencies. And what are you going to do if this happens? But yeah, as far as the election, I'm not paying it any mind. They're talking, well, there's going to be a civil war. I've talked about this as well, guys. There's just not enough people to give a crap. There's just not. I'm sorry. And I know there's probably people screaming at me right now. There's just not enough people that give a crap, guys. I mean, just really, truly, honestly. Yeah, they'll get on Twitter and all the social medias, and they'll be posting their outrage at this and that. But as soon as they hit send, they're like, okay, let's go get some sushi and we'll go see a movie. They don't care. Okay. Sorry, I was getting a text, had to read it. So as far as there being this civil war, go back and look at my video about civil war possible or something like that. I believe I named it. No, there's not enough people that care, man. I wish a lot more people cared about the state of our government. And I love this country. I don't give a crap what anybody says. This is the greatest country on earth. Our Constitution, there we go, is one of the most outstanding documents ever created. Our founding fathers were pretty darn bright. But even in their infinite wisdom and knowledge, people pervert it. They make it say what they want to say. My fellow Christians out there know that people do the same thing with the Bible. They twist and distort it to say what they want to say instead of what it says. But no, I wish more people cared about how the government is ran, who's running the government, and all that. And I'm not talking about to the point of taking up arms. No, I am not saying that at all. I am not telling anybody to go out there and do that. Absolutely not. But if more people were just more mindful and cared more about things, and I'm not even talking about riots and protests, I'm not even talking about that. Too many people, the ones that actually do vote, I mean, look at the voter turnout, guys. That tells you who even cares a little bit. Okay? And for those, I don't vote because the vote, it doesn't matter and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. If you don't vote, you don't have any room to gripe. And I know that's going to upset folks, but I'm sorry. If you don't vote, you don't have any room to gripe. I'm sorry. Well, they just steal it anyway. I hear you. Okay. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I get it. Okay. But at the end of the day, doing basic things. Yeah, writing letters to your congressman. Showing up when the different congressmen, senators, they come back to their areas to do town hall. Yeah, show up at them. And I'm not talking about hollering and screaming at them. That never does anybody any good. As soon as you start hollering and screaming up somebody, they put a wall up and they don't hear a thing you're saying. They're just thinking about the next thing that they can say back to you. So hollering and screaming is not even the way. Excuse me. But there's a lot to be said for simple debate, okay? Talking things through. And I wasn't wanting this video to get into this, but hey, we're talking about, so let's get into it. I hate when you have two different people or two different groups of people who have different views about whatever. And instead of listening to what the other side is saying, while that other side is talking, they're not listening to the people. They are thinking about their comeback. Oh, I got them now. Okay. If people were just to stop and listen to what the other people say, I'm not saying that the other people are right or you're right or anything else, but instead of just looking for that comeback, instead of just looking at them, they're the enemy, they're evil. No, guys, we're all people. We have differing opinions. Just a simple discussion. And are you going to solve everything? No. Okay. But if you can approach those things respectfully of the other person, you can get a lot more done. Nothing is ever going to be, that's why I hate listening to like Congress. Okay. I'm sorry. And I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, I don't care. Because all it is they're just yelling back and forth at one another. That's all it is. Very few are trying to work things out. Okay? They just, well, my base wants this, or my party wants this, or this is what. If people were just to stop and listen and try to work things out, we could get so much more stuff done. And y'all know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. But yeah, the fighting and the bickering back and forth and all this, it doesn't do any good. It doesn't get anywhere. That's why Congress can't get anything passed. Yeah, our founding fathers, if they would have had the foresight to try to put something in there about no parties and stuff like that. But even at that, I don't even think it'd work. We talked about on here a few times, people are tribal. We gather around people that are like us, that look like us, talk like us, think like us. And you get those groups, and then it's one group against the other, and it's nonstop. That's why I hate hearing about any type of caucus or group that is strictly for this certain type of person. And I don't care if you're talking about political affiliations or anything else. All that does is we're one group and we're against the others. Just nothing good can come from that until people start talking with the people that have opposing views and trying to work things out. Nothing's going to get any better. So sorry, we went off on a big tangent right there, didn't we? But yeah, it's one of my little pet peeves. I hate it when people, well, yeah, they're idiots, and it's like, dude, just calm down. They're people, okay? Just calm down. And I'm not talking about politicians, because y'all know from my videos, politicians are politicians. They're going to say whatever it is they think that people want to hear. That's why you look at the political ads, and it's every election cycle. I don't care who you're talking about, where this candidate is for this right now. Well, they show a clip from 15, 20 years ago, and he had the exact opposite opinion back then. That's because they only do or say what they think's going to get them elected. That's it. That's all. That's why I like people that speak their minds and are not constantly kissing everybody's butt trying to make everybody happy. No, I want to know what you think. I want to know, and people change, okay? But yeah, politicians, that's why I could care less about their political speeches or their rallies, because all it is the talking points of the day, and they're just saying what their party wants them to say, or the group of people in front of them at the time want them to say, and that's it. That's all it is. So I apologize. This one ran over, got way off target. But no fear, guys. Don't prep in fear. Prep smartly, prep evenly, prep balanced. Get the stuff when it's available. Stuff that's available, get a little extra of the stuff that's available when that way when the other stuff becomes available, you can focus more on that stuff. When those prices come down, the supplies go up, right? Do it smartly. So appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll talk to you after a while.